Good afternoon, Bob. Trade Genius here, the 30th of October, and I'm going to go through my charts as I always do. I'm going to start with the natural gas is where I'm most interested. I think this is where the biggest move is going to be between now and 2 weeks before Christmas, before moving on to, I think, a pretty explosive move in the metals and miners. Although something may have started today, I don't know if it's a head fake or not yet. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. But this is the day trading money machine with the arrows, and again, just beautiful day, just following the arrows, and if you did, like I said, I don't start before 5 o'clock trading it. But even if you went overnight, it was actually had some volatility to it. But I'm playing it from the long side, so you could see there was a sell here into VWAP, which happens a lot. If overnight, if the market, if prices extend too far above or too far below the VWAP, it'll come back in before the market a lot of times. So it's just something to bear in mind as traders close out before the open. But then you'd had to move all the way up through here to the pivot, and then and this is where I started setting some some stops for the top. And I took profit here. I got back in here, took profit here, and just kind of waited around and looking for a trade. And at 297.4, I recommended folks get back in again. And then it just waited, and then after last 15 minutes, we got hit, and it popped right back up to the pivot. So not sure what to make of this yet. This could be a head and shoulders pattern for overnight, so just bear in mind, be cautious. There's some traders that are still thinking we can get down to 290. I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm going to be careful overnight tonight, and either I'll hedge it or I'll take profit before I call it a night tonight. But my expectation is we're above, oops, sorry about that, we're above the my vol line here for the last 5 days. This purple here, if it gets below here, it starts trading below this purple line, and then we can get worried that we're going to go down to this next level here, or even worst case scenario, all the way down to here. But so far, it's behaving itself pretty well above. This line changes all the time, so sometime tonight we'll see this bend and change, because it's still doing a 5-day look back here. And so my expectation is and remains 303 is my next area, low volume node, and another vol channel point here. And so and when you see these little colored arrows, these are more like get out arrows versus the shorted, saying hey, the move was extended. And so you can follow that if you choose, or you can reduce size if you want, or whatever. But this is where I'm thinking we go next. And if we go below here, then I think we go down further. And then if we get there, we're going to here. So that's the play on the futures. That's where I'm staying. I hope I'm helping you. You can buy this software if you like it. It's available at TradeGeniusAcademy.com under Tips or Tricks, Day Trading Money Machine. I'm always fine-tuning it, and I'll always give the latest version to those who have already bought it. So you would have paid for it just from the trades today, even with one contract. And I've been swinging with 3 today, so it was a nice day for me. Now, moving on, if we can go over to the trading view for the cryptos, and this is Phil's world, but I'm just going to walk you through just from the technical standpoint. Where the money machine for crypto hit an exit here. We talked about this. However, when you have a green, a rising, 20-day moving average, you can stay in or you can stay half size. This thing's still trending, still has power, and it also we're going into that fork in the middle of November, so things are going to get pretty interesting. Our view is we're going to go higher before we go lower. So so that's Bitcoin. And you look at Litecoin, right now I'm pretty much, out of Litecoin. I'm in Ethereum and I'm in Ripple right now, you know, as my altcoins. And so, but I'm waiting. If I see Litecoin break out here, I may take a position here. It's pretty flat right now for the signals, and so right now I'm not going to do too much with it. So here's Stella. I just think this move from the IBM move is still settling down. I'm actually long Bitcoin, short Stella right now. Stella, you can tell it's Monday night. I'm thinking about a beer. So you know, so I'm still looking for this. I like for this to break and have the 20-day turn down, and I think I'll make quite a bit of money on that pair trade. So long Bitcoin, short Stellar is the trade I'm in right now, and pretty much is where I got in at. So just keep an eye on it. Not heavy because I don't want to get my head ripped off on a short squeeze, but you know, enough that it's meaningful if I'm right. Okay, I'm just holding Ripple. I'm expecting some sort of announcement with the banking system here. I think it's worthwhile. If it gets below, you know, like 18 cents here on a closing basis, then I'll rethink it, because then I think it's dead meat. But it's worth holding for a chance to get a stellar kind of move. Here's Stella Bitcoin, and that's the trade I have on right now. So I want it to go this way. Here's Neo. Phil's talking about after these forks is one to start taking an interest in. I think it's basing, forming a nice rounded bottom. Something for you guys to think about and keep an eye on. And Phil will talk about when he thinks it'll be a good chance to get in the room on that. And Osmigo, just watching this one has potential eventually to have a really good move too. Ethereum is where I enter in a lot of times from fiat on I have a drip program either by Litecoin or Ethereum every week, and it's holding its trend line. It's neutral right now, but I'm acquiring right now and building a position in Ethereum, and I'm looking for this to move higher as well. And here's the BCH Bitcoin. This is one to keep an eye on. Phil has a lot to talk about with what's going to go on with Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin itself, with this fork and this SegWit and I won't steal his thunder. He'll talk about it in some other videos, and he thinks there's going to be a really good trade coming out of this. And here it is again. I think they're trying to make a move here for dominance, which we think will ultimately fail. So you can join the room. You have 2 days, well, a day and a half now, for half off. So you can get in and get with traders. We've now have well over 100 traders trading in there, and it's open 24/7. And there's a lot of experience in there, a lot of people helping each other. I think it's a really good room, and what you pay for to have access to the room for a year, you know, you can make that on a good weekend of trading, and you're on your way. And the nice thing about cryptos is, unlike the stock market, you can get in with a couple $100s and get going here, because you can buy fractions of a coin, and there's none of that stupid rules from FINRA and all those other people. So going into the market itself, you know, I'm here with UGAS, and we have stops in place. We're long that. So let me just go. I'm going to work. Trying to think where I want to look at this from today. So so tomorrow, I don't know, you know, I was half thinking, should I play for a turnaround Tuesday or not? But you know, the sell-off in the not the sell-off, but the bid in the bonds had me thinking, like, maybe there's something more going on here. I don't know, kind of froze me. We had a huge move with UBXY puts last week, and I don't know if it's just going to be worth my while trying to agonize over that. I'd love for it to push higher again, and just to see where you know, where this takes us. But I'm not really sure what's going to go on. The moves were interesting today. That is for sure. But let me flip down here. You know, the Qs are still holding green. You know, the Amazon thing just kind of blows me away, just in general. So I'm not really sure what to think of it. A company doesn't grow its profit quarter over quarter, year over year, and then they give it a 15% lift in market cap. Things are just so wrong in so many ways with these mega caps that it's just you can't reason with it. And fundamentally, technically, you know, you can only think of it magically, I guess. This was interesting today. This is a pretty good sell-off, and we'll see what they do with it. You know, IWM was a sick child with all the small caps. They bit them pretty hard, and we're gonna wait to see what happens. They're going into year end. I think IWM is gonna probably suffer again. I'm holding my Southwestern Energy. Talked about that over the weekend. I have my stop just above where we have our listed buy-in, and I'm just kind of waiting because I think it's just struggling here underneath the VWAP, and I'm just going to wait and see. But you know, if it changes the trend dots, that's where I'll get out. Hopefully I give it enough room here so it doesn't swing me on some stupid stop run, which happens to me quite a bit. There's just not enough volume. They see your stops, they take you out. But I'm hopeful on this, and I think I'll do some more thinking on these energy stocks here, because I think natural gas is really going to go. It's a nice recovery here in new gas. They pushed it up to my dots, and they pushed it up to the 20 here, and then nice recovery at the end of the day. I think it's building a base, and got quite a few shares of this right now, and see if I can manage size to bring my average down. I'm not sure yet. Let's see what else I want to show you. Here's the other one that really surprised me today. I was definitely caught off guard with the miners. I thought it was a little bit of flash in the pan, but you know, I don't know. This looks like it could probably go all the way up to here. I may have to rethink some things, and then from there I'll take a look at it, see whether or not they're going to hit it pretty hard. I think part of the issue now is this run into who's going to be the new Fed person. So we may have some weakness into that. And you know, you have to be really careful if he brings in Warsh versus Powell. This market, the miners and the metals could just get their clocks clean. So just be cautious. This could be a run up ahead of that, and then have this thing come down pretty hard for a month. Let's see here. So I'm a little bit civil on the biotechs, but they both are working. I have a November 84 put on. And then what I've been doing is I've been selling calendars against it. I started with an 85, moved that down to 84, and I had an 84 weekly. And the first week was fine. The second week it went way underwater, and then I rolled it out to 84 for this week. And I've been taking money off the table the whole time. So the trade's working out pretty well for us, and I'd love for it to close anywhere near here by Thursday. And then I'll extend the sell to either 84 again or go to 83, and then that final week I'll have to just see what I want to do for the options expiration. But I think this is whatever it is with biotech. Get a little bit of a dead cat bounce here, maybe a little bit more extension, and then have it roll down again. And I'm playing BIS the other way. I think it got way overdone, and we bought in at 23.12 area with some puts. Spread's pretty big, but I'm looking for this to come down at least a buck or so, and then hop off that trade. That's also a November trade. And let's see if there's anything else of interest. I think what I'm really seeing is really nice is where is my friend DBA? So there's a long-term hold for us at here we go. And my average, I've averaged it at 18.95. I haven't done much with it because it hasn't really gone up enough to take some off the table, and so I've been sitting on it. But this is primarily a La Nina move, because you look at sugar. nice move in sugar. And if you look at coffee, also trending, and broke up over VWAP here too, and we're getting some momentum interest in it right now. The grains are still flattish, but definitely the soft, the soft tropicals, cocoa, coffee, and sugar do well in La Nina years, and I think they're sensing it. And the weather's cooperating, and the sea surface temperature is going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty cold, so that's why I'm kind of leaning hard on natural gas, and I'm confident that DBA is going to turn out to be a nice profitable trade for people who took it, and then for those long term who just been sitting with me for a while. I think we will be vindicated in the next couple years with a nice steady long term producer for us. Let's see if anything of interest. Let me just pull up here. Okay, nothing is jumping out at me, and then also from a volume standpoint, I think some people, XLE might be breaking out too, so something to keep an eye on. I looked at it pretty hard today, but I didn't jump on it. The same reason why I didn't jump on the metals and miners, because it's sitting on here. Sometimes it does it and just drops off, and I just didn't want to. I didn't want to go for it. My only thing here is I took position off in Wheaton because I had a good run on it. I'll come down now a little bit, but man, that was a tremendous move here, and now we're at the top of the range, and I'd love to be able to get back in it in this area again if it lets me. So anyways, Bob from Trade Genius. So come check us out, TradeGeniusAcademy.com, and you can hit the Trade Now button. You'll get customer service, talk to you about setting up if you want to join our ETF room or our crypto binary room, and then you could pick the courses as well. And like I said, everything crypto's 50% off for the till end of Halloween evening, which is a day and a half from now. Thanks for listening. Have a good one. Bye-bye.